dungeon. Are you all right?
I'll get you!
He went from worried about me to laughing, but I do appreciate that he was worried about me. Ooh.
Who's there?
That's a good question. Is this the setup and am I gonna be mugged? I know. Alright, yeah. My thing's empty.
Get away!
No. These things are afraid of light. Yeah, I already told you that. Oh, spoilers, sweetie. That locked him out. Ha 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 ha. Uh-oh. Here we go. This is the part that freaked me out. Ugh. Big. Yes, big. Since he's our newest obsession. This is like the most intense game of, don't drop the lava. You know? Or don't touch, the floor is lava. The most intense game of the floor is lava. But I'm safe if my thing is empty. Lost pieces, what to do? If you spot lost pieces, get rid of any anima you happen to have and run to a well-lit place. If you are spotted, follow these 3 steps. Number 1, I'm gonna presume that number 1 says stay calm. I don't know what 2 and 3 would be. Alright. No new journal entries either. I'm gonna do this without touching the floor, hopefully. I do not want to risk them eating me. God, dude. I have to get upright. There even like a tube I can deposit this in? Get out this way. There's this one off too. I'll fix that. Oh, but that's okay. Lost pieces are attracted to anima. I'm glad that they connect the dots for us. Okay. Yes. close enough. Bright light! They're like gremlins. Ah! There we go. Nailed it. Play a shell game of getting the anima close enough to where I can grab it from up there. Without having to power down. Yeah. There we go. Ha ha ha. Got it. I'm laughing at the lost pieces in case anyone was curious. Before I jump out of this, because I have no idea what's down there. I don't remember, or yeah, I do. It's just a bunch of mess. A flood! A storm! Tuxedo mask!
Begone, you pests! Get off there, I said!
My hero!
Thank you. I thought they were gonna... Thank you.
Follow me.
My hero. But this is the dude who was arguing with, That's the dude who was arguing with Fig earlier. Something must be done about the lower streets. These things, these pieces, they chase anima as though the mere thought of it is all-consuming. They assaulted me on the streets, jumped on me, climbed all over me. What has happened to these creatures? How did they get like this? This is unlike anything I've ever seen. The mysterious bulb Forgotling is guiding me to safety. I have to get out of here. Yeah.
Stay in my light. Turn on the dispenser. Quick, power it now. In here.
So bossy.
Down here.
You're really bossy. That's a lot of people talking about me.
My fellow Forgotlings, we've finally caught her. The one who steals away our friends, abducts our families, and suppresses innocent Forgotlings. I give you the Enforcer.
I'm in trouble.
What in the realm are you doing, Bob? What do you think this is? A witch hunt?
The Enforcer is on trial for her multitude of crimes against Forgotlings.
Does the Enforcer have counsel? If not, I'll speak on her behalf.
I think the two of them, like, they cooperated to set me up for this up to a point, but I think Bulb set up this trial, and Fig wanted to do things differently, but he still needed to get me alone, you know?
Whatever you're trying to do, stop it and get me out of here.
I want to hear what she has to say.
Fine, you speak for the girl. I assume we can agree that we need to remove the Arca from her hand. Then we need to...
No,
Are you suggesting we let her keep the Arca?
I am.
You'd let her walk around with a weapon capable of distilling us all. Think of everything she's done to us.
What has she done exactly?
Where should I start? She aids Bonku in his assault on the realm. She distills Forgotlings at her pleasure. She treats us like things, and she assumes everyone wants to return to the ether.
You rebels have no idea what you're doing or what's at stake.
Tell me, Anne, do you understand what the ether is? What is this home you talk about?
We all came from the ether, and that's where we should return.
Why?
What? We belong in the real world with the humans. We were taken from our home and forgotten.
Do you have memories of your home?
I remember.
Or perhaps you remember the stories Banku told you. What does home look like? What are humans like? Have you ever seen a sunset? What does an ice cream feel like on your tongue?
I thought you wanted to speak on my behalf.
You're evading the subject, Fig. The Enforcer is a threat. Her actions speak for themselves. Let me refresh your memory. Our own loyal Dilly was first in line during our recent mission to the Tower Grounds. Dilly had a personal encounter with the Enforcer, face to face. Indeed I did, but she let me go.
Yes, I did.
She let you go?
Well, she hesitated long enough for me to escape anyway.
Nevertheless, she threatened you.
True, but she didn't distill me.
Remember when Station Master Pax helped us escape on the train at Tower Ground Station? The Enforcer could have distilled him when she pursued us, but didn't.
Leaving rebels at the station. Not very smart, Enforcer. And what about Heelto? He was the most skilled mission planner we've ever had, and she tortured him.
But did she distill him?
Have you spoken to him after he got back? He'll never be the same again.
Remember when Bonku installed that mirror in town? I've heard the Enforcer actually spoke against it.
You have no source for that claim.
It's true.
The Enforcer confirms it. Then it must be true.
I heard she distilled the mirror. We passed that alley a lot. She helped us out.
She was probably aiming the Arca at some poor Forgotling and hit the mirror by accident.
I'd say she outsmarted us in scrappers, Bob. The way she snuck up on us.
Ha! Regardless, it's clear that the Enforcer is a threat. We need to disarm her and use the Arca against Bonku.
Calm down! Stop it! I can't defend all of her actions, but you heard how she reacted when I asked her about the ether. She has lived here her whole life. Remember who taught her everything she knows. Banku did. She is just as much a victim as we are.
It's okay, so this is really interesting. So you have the person who wants to use fire against fire and who wants to incite a mob mentality against someone who doesn't necessarily understand all of the consequences of her actions because she's being kept in the dark by her abuser, but she has a representative who's speaking for her and who's trying to say she doesn't know any better, we need to give her a chance to learn better, you know? And like he's trying to influence the mob away from that, and I don't know, I think it's interesting. I don't know which one I want to choose. Do I want to pick I'm not a victim? I don't want to say that because then they might be like, she knows exactly what she's doing, kill her.
Stop it! Master Bonku is working hard for all of us. He's so dedicated to bringing us back to the ether that I hardly see him anymore.
We can't hold Anne responsible for what she's done while wearing the blindfold of Banku. The Enforcer is not as strong as you think.
She's a threat, and we need to deal with her now.
Calm down! Quiet down, please! There's something you don't know about Anne. Something none of you know. Anne is not a human being. She's a Forgotling.
Then why hasn't she crystallized yet?
Anne and Bonku each have an Arca. The Arcas keep crystallization at bay. If we take the Arca from Anne, she'll crystallize.
What?
What?
I'd like to call in a witness. Blanket, if you please.
Hello, Anne.
We met on the train. So you were a rebel after all!
Fig is right. You're forgotten just like us. You're a Forgotling.
What?
I've known you my whole life, Anne. We arrived in the realm together when you were a baby. I was the blanket you were wrapped in.
Do you know where I'm from? Do you know who my mother is?
Nonsense! Think about what the Arca can do for us. So what if the Enforcer crystallizes? It's about time she gets a dose of her own medicine. We need to distill the Enforcer, and we need to do it now. Justice!
If you all feel that removing her Arca will make you feel safe, then we remove her Arca. However, no one is getting distilled under my leadership. I want her to at least crystallize peacefully.
Perfect! If anyone wishes to shelter this freak while she's crystallizing, speak up. That's what I thought. Now, go get that Arca!
Leave me alone! Stop it! Get away! I'll distill you! Keep up! No!
Did you sleep well?
It hurts.
I know, dear.
Do you know what happened to me? Why am I here?
Shh, we'll have time to talk about that later.
Without the Arca, I'll...
Well, not instantly, dear. Crystallization comes to all of us. For now, you should try to relax.
Alright. So, our girl is obviously weakened from the loss of the Arca, which is interesting because I had just kind of been going through this up to this point, assuming that it was more like an accessory, not that it was like a medical device, I guess, like this realm's version of a medical device. I don't know. Anyway, the ether. I thought that was the one thing that united us and all Forgotlings. But how can I be one, a Forgotling? How can any of this be true? Bulb was out for blood, and Fig, the one I've been hunting, the rebel leader, defended me. Why? And Blanket, who has apparently known me all her life, is one of them, a rebel. All of this is too much. It's just too... Fig is waiting for me at the memorial, whatever that is. So she's being completely thrust out of her comfort zone. Like, she's having to see all these different sides of people and learning things that, you know, she hasn't been told before. I think it's interesting that they hadn't been operating under the classification that they were also Forgotlings. Like, the Forgotlings were only the items, which I think does mean that that Forgotling was meant to be like a derogatory slur, you know? And like the validated part is like the middle class or whatever being elevated above them and therefore being willing to enact the same power struggle just because they've got a taste of it themselves. You know, you grow complacent when you've got a little bit. Anyway.
Who goes there?
I'm the Enforcer.
My lady enforcer! I regret to declare that my orders are to deny your passage to the pathway.
It doesn't matter. I'll be a crystal soon.
A crystal? You do not seem that aged. Regardless, I unfortunately cannot let you pass.
Alright. I'm gonna go around and try to talk to every Forgotling. It's so pretty.
Fig is waiting for you in the memorial when you're ready.
I love that crystal suspended from the ceiling.
Get out of here, Enforcer! This house is protected!
Yes, Graham. You sent my nana to the planet.
Get out of here!
We know what you've done.
Okay.
It was intense. So we placed the package right and run.
The transfer box?
Yeah, with that loose cannon out there somewhere.
How did you escape?
Well, we didn't. We went to hit the watchtower as well.
Oh yeah, right.
So we run through the construction area and we can actually see it. The bridge right there. Well, the part of it at least.
You saw it?
Yeah, it's huge. And then we reached the watchtower, right? We destroyed the first gate, and the second gate slams shut. But before it does, that little scarf guy.
Dilly.
Yeah, Dilly. He slips under it. I'm talking millimeters here. And heads for the tower itself. Never seen anything like it.
Wow.
And the rest you know.
When can I join the mission team?
We talked about this. There's nothing I can do. You could try to bypass Vic and go directly to Bulb. He's got something cooking.
Maybe I will.
Bypass Big. Go behind his back. Oh. She's encouraging insubordination. Nope, they're not gonna talk to me. It's interesting that she's got her arm tucked up like that. I can't tell if she's holding, like, she's holding her... It's where the hand that the Arca was on, but I don't know if it's because her wrist hurts or if it's because her chest hurts. I think she's short of breath, so that's a definite issue.
I'm fine.
You don't look fine.
You're right. They trapped me. They took the Arca. I'll crystallize. And it's all because of...
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't have to pretend to like me. I'm the Enforcer.
I'm Jinx. You'll probably call me a rebel, but what are labels good for, right?
They bring order.
I enjoy the mess.
I'm sure you do. You're a rebel. We need order. We need control. We need to be civil.
Why?
You wouldn't understand.
I'm a rebel and you're the enforcer. Is that it?
Yes. No. You make it sound so... It's not that simple.
It's very simple. You fell, I helped you out.
Who cares anyway? We're all gonna crystallize eventually.
We change when we're faced with our limitations. We only have our actions.
Thanks for helping me up.
It's such an odd conversation, but I do like that Forgotling. I think she's like an old voodoo doll or something. I know that she's probably not actually a voodoo doll, like, because that's a very specific religion and type of, you know what, I don't know, some sort of magic doll.
If it isn't the Enforcer.
You?
It was a long walk home. Thanks for not distilling me.
That's alright.
Well, I shouldn't keep you. Be careful down here, though. Not all Forgottlings understand your situation.
I can't tell what sort of item this is supposed to be. I have no idea what that is. Is it a trash can with a weird crank lid? Like, what is going on? Everything is so echoey, and like, it happens several times in the game that, like, they're trying to have covert conversations, and even the sound in game makes it sound like it's echoing throughout the room. So I'm like, how is this a covert conversation if it's echoing for everyone to hear? Like, talking alone ought to bring
These
attention.
Forgottlings died a natural death. As they reached a certain age, they just quietly crystallized. It's actually quite beautiful.
How long before that happens to me?
About a day, I'd say.
Will it hurt?
Not at all.
I'm not ready for this.
Then why don't we go get the Arca back?
What? But I thought...
I never wanted you distilled. I don't want to see you crystallized either.
Then what do we do?
I want to give you the Arca and get you out of here.
How?
Bulb keeps the Arca safe at his house.
I don't understand.
I need you to distract him long enough for me to steal it.
What?
Afterwards, you escape and meet me on the surface. Take this map. Your escape route is marked on it.
And you'll just give the Arca back after all that, of course.
You are really looking forward to life as a crystal, aren't you?
Why are you helping me?
I believe in you. Here's the plan. Bulb wants to use the Arca to attack Bonku. That's why he has sent for a specialist, a Forgotling who knows the layout of the tower grounds. You will pose as that specialist.
How am I supposed to do that?
I have a friend waiting for you in the storage room. He'll fill you in.
Wait, are we doing it right now?
We have no time to lose. I'll create a diversion so you can get out of here unseen.
He's like twice as limber as a normal human, and it upsets me. And like, he's got the same basic joint structure. I don't understand how being made of wood makes it easier for him to do things. Like, maybe because he's hollow.
It's time for me to speak up. Fellow Forgottlings.
Or because wood is lighter.
A group with the potential to do anything. Difficult times are ahead, sure, but we have overcome difficult times in the past. We will not let Bonku manipulate us into seeing the world through his eyes. We are not objects. We are not inferior. I'm asking you to trust me, and that's not a small thing to ask. But I assure you, I have a plan. I will leave you for a short while very soon, but I will be back. And if everything goes as planned, the tables will have turned. I'd like you to remember that we have a guest. Treat her with respect, just as you would any Forgottlings. Her past actions may cast a long shadow, but I stand by my words when I say that she too is a victim of Bonku.
Surprise!
You?
In the ink. I escaped.
So you did.
Let's get it on you.
Get what on me?
The disguise I made for you. You can change behind that screen.
Lay one on me, baby. Like, no effort to disguise the shoes, though.
Amazing.
Don't make fun.
No, it's even better than I imagined. Bulb won't suspect a thing.
Really?
Here's the plan. Bulb has the Arca in his house. We're gonna get it back.
How will you do that?
I will present you to Bulb as the specialist, and when we're in his house, you make sure to keep him busy. Meanwhile, I open a window so Fig can steal the Arca. Simple.
Bulb won't recognize me at first glance.
No, he won't. Trust me. You look just like a moving box who got lost in the warehouse. In fact, you look a lot like my third cousin. But he might recognize your voice, so you'd better not speak.
How can I keep Bulb busy without speaking?
Trust me, Bulb will do the talking. You just nod and shake your head. Literally.
What if I need to get your attention?
Then wave and make some kind of sound. Let's try. Can you nod? Like you're confirming what I say. Ha! Yes! Perfect! Very convincing. Now, let's have you shake your head like you're disagreeing. Yes! It works! Bulb won't suspect a thing. Now, let's try the wave. That's fantastic! There's an actor hidden in you, Anne. You're ready. Let's go get your Arca back. Yeah, that's the spirit. I'll meet you at Bulb's house.
Okay. I have no idea how to read this map. Oh, it's the doors. Okay. Yeah, I see. Oh. Forgot the other page. Now I like this drawing of her in the box. It looks very cool. Cool dudes don't look at explosions, Forgotling. Now I'm a box. Fig's brilliant plan is to steal the Arca from Bulb. Bulb keeps it locked up in his house. Then Fig is going to give it back to me, or so he says. What if I'm not a distraction, but bait? What if he's after the Arca for himself? I'm surrounded, outnumbered, and unarmed. What choice do I have? I guess I'll have to follow Quill to Bulb's house. Nodding, waving, and shaking my head isn't going to fool anyone. Look, men like Bulb are always happy to be convinced of their superiority. Interesting. I never saw this diary page. I have discovered a large contraption in an alley off Lucid Street. According to the diary pages I found, it's some kind of vehicle to the ether. Its builder appears to have been taken away, but by whom and why I cannot tell. I thought Bonku was the only one able to build such things, but this doesn't look like his work. I wonder if it had worked. I feel like that should say, I wonder if it would have worked had its creator completed it. I have no time to waste. I must find Fig. I don't understand why some of these have check marks and some of them don't. Is it the check marks are the ones that I found the mementos in? No. I don't know.
I was rather pleased with Bulb's leadership.
He did get results, but I'm talking about a long-term resolution to the conflict.
Affirmative. That would be acceptable. But Fig is too liberal.
Limits equality in themselves?
I say we need discipline, order. Bulb is the right Forgotling to provide that.
If that's what you want, only time will tell if you get it.
The leaders should work together. We could have the best of both.
I think that's what they're trying to do, most of the time.
Affirmative. I hope so.
Did you see her? The girl?
Briefly.
I saw her too. She's interesting.
How so?
She might be a Forgotling like us, but she's nothing like us, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
Ah, well, I like her. That's what I meant.
Now I understand what you mean.
Great.
She's nothing like us, but I like her. Okay, thanks. I'll try to take the small compliment.
There you are. Ready? I'm counting on you. Keep him busy. Let's go.
Yes? Oh, Quill, you're here with the specialist. Perfect. Come in. I don't remember seeing your friend before.
Ah, Bulb. A joker as always. Of course you recognize the great Crate Boxton. He's had key roles on several missions to the Tower Grounds. And I don't have to mention the incident in this morning's operation, I take it.
Oh, Crate Boxton. Certainly, of course. I'm honored. That was quite a thing you did.
He doesn't talk much after the incident. I'm sure you understand.
Of course. Well, come with me. I've got the plans for our next mission upstairs.
Keep him busy.
It's funny, like, a man like that doesn't want to admit that he doesn't know something, especially in mixed company.
This, Mr. Boxton, is the plan of our next attack on the Tower Grounds. With your expertise, I'm sure we can improve it. The Watchtower has always been a problem for us, but during the last mission we sabotaged the gates. My hope is that you have information about exactly how much damage we inflicted. Can we walk straight through the Watchtower now? I see. Well, I'll have to note that on the plan. What about the workshop? As far as I understand it, our Forgotling saw something that could have been a segment of the Ether Bridge. Did you see anyone guarding it? Of course our omniscient overlord has guards. Are they patrolling all the time? I see. Constant patrolling. I have to note that. Well, this changes everything. I'm not sure I need your assistance more for now, so why don't you...
Say, Bulb, did you know that Mr. Boxton is also very well informed about anima systems and Arca theory?
Really? That's wonderful timing. I have so many questions. Let's go downstairs. Between you and me, I'm experimenting with the Arca. I'm close to figuring out how to wield it.
I don't even have to be in the same room for him to talk at me. Amazing.
See the schematics, Mr. Boxton. I've tried to map out how the Arca works. If my theory is correct, we're just scratching the surface of what this thing can do, and so is the Enforcer. Look, doesn't it seem like the Arca can actually store anima?
So, alright. First, like, this character has potential to be, like, Snape-like in the surly personality covering a heart of gold, you know? But he's gotta unlearn some of that need to always know everything. But I do like his enthusiasm about learning things. He's just a little bloodthirsty. He hasn't been civilized.
Really? I got it right. I bet you had a similar theory, didn't you? I knew it! The Arca can store anima! Remarkable! Fig, that wooden wimp is too scared to use it. I think we can do great things with the Arca. Are we on the same page, Mr. Boxton?
Also, like, he's desperate for someone else's approval. Like, he wants people to agree with him. He wants people to recognize his brilliance. So...
Really? You disappoint me, Mr. Boxton. Perhaps I misjudged you. Unless you mean we should use the Arca, but keep Fig out of it. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! I like the way you... Hey, you! Plumage! No snooping around. Stay down here. No one goes upstairs without my permission. Did you hear me? I don't want you upstairs.
Oh, of course not. I understand. Say, why don't you ask the Enforcer? What I meant was, why don't you inform Mr. Boxton about your Arca theory?
Oh, yes, I think you'll like this. My other theory is that the Arca could be among the very first crystals in existence. Perhaps even the one with which our whole world originated. What do you think about that, Mr. Boxton?
I think it sounds interesting. I would buy it. I also figured out why Fig is a little bit more athletic, and it's because he's got an extra torso section. Section, I think. I don't know. The makeup of his body is weird.
Yes, it makes sense, doesn't it? To think that I might have some kind of cornerstone to our existence in my possession.
Get religious. Get religious. Wow, that was loud.
What's going on? I thought I told you no snooping around. You sneaky feather duster. What do you think you're doing? There! That sly little forger. Sorry about this, Mr. Boxton. I have to see if everything is all right with the Arca.
I am waving. I'm trying.
I can't stop staring at it. To think it's finally mine.
Oh. You moved too fast for me.
Yes, yes, I'm on my way.
Alright. Let me move.
I don't understand.
Let's go.
Yes, yes, I'm on my way. What do you mean? Yes, yes, I'm on my way. We're here. Now what is it? Why did you? You lured me down here, didn't you? You want the Arca for yourself. No, that's absurd. I'm sorry, Mr. Boxton, but I am surrounded by Forgotlings who lust for power and can't be trusted. What?
Time to go.
No! No, no, no!
Get off the roof. Get off the roof. Get off the roof.
No, no, no! That was my last chance. I'm finished. This is it. I'm done for.
Alright, drama queen.
I'll find that thief and make him pay. Has anyone seen the Enforcer? Or that sly little quill?
He's a very fancy street light. Oh, I can't believe it. The plan worked. Bulb bought the story and Fig ran off with the Arca. Bulb is tearing the hideout apart looking for it, and I should use this opportunity to escape. Fig knew this would happen. Either Bulb is that predictable, or Fig is a good judge of character. I should follow Fig's map up to the surface and wait for him there. I'm starting to believe I may actually get my Arca back. Look at that. A little optimism never hurt nobody.
Who goes there? Oh, good day to you, sire. May I inquire about your errand? You seem quite excited. Surely, whatever is happening cannot be this bad. I think I know what you are saying. If that is true, we must make haste. Did Bulb send you? I knew it! An important affair must be going on since he sent a messenger. I know. Something or someone prevented Bulb from contacting me.
It's like playing charades.
Say no more, I understand. How bad is the situation? It is even worse than I thought. I must spring into action. Fear not, help is on the way.
Alright, Sir Gallivant. Shout out to that TV show for also being politically on point and getting canceled. Time to ditch this getup and blow this popsicle stand. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but I like how they tend to leave, like, a lot of this art was created with the subtitles in mind. Like, often the bottom part of the frame is dark to accommodate subtitles, and I really, really like that the devs thought of that. Alright, let's look at this map. Wait. Okay. One door. Two doors, which means we pick the door on the left. Alright, then all the way to the left again. She's moving quicker now, a little bit.
Where is he? He promised he'd be here.
You've just got here.
Can you hear me? Oh, don't let it be too late. Anne! Anne, please give me a sign. Anne, wake up. Anne! Oh, thank goodness.
I waited and waited. Where were you?
I'm sorry, Anne. Getting out proved harder than I thought. The whole place is in an uproar after your escape and the disappearance of the Arca.
Why are you helping me?
I told you. I believe in you. And you're essential to bringing peace between the Forgottlings and Bonku.
That's what Master Bonku is trying to do.
I know, but I'm confident you will succeed where he has failed. Before we do anything else, I have to show you the plant.
The plant? Why?
Let's call it the price of my help.
I don't see what good it'll do.
It's important, and you owe me a favor.
I'm not sure what you're up to, but you did save my life. Don't go thinking I'm suddenly on your side, though.
Are you on Blanket's side, then?
Blanket is... I don't know. A lot has happened, and I don't understand most of it. Just show me what you want me to see.
Come with me. The answers will follow.
I love them. Fig saved me. Yes, he did. But can I trust him?
Anne.
Yes, you can. Also, for, like, she's such a drama queen. She barely had gotten up there before she collapsed. She didn't wait and wait. She got there and collapsed. Like, unless we're meant to think that it took her 10 minutes to... Like, I don't understand, like, how long is waiting for her? Like, 2 minutes? Like, do they not have a concept of time? Second thing, they're definitely OTP, and I like the way their voices go when they talk to each other. I just like scenes that they're in together. But, like, honestly, he's been honest with her. I don't think he's lied to her at all. And he's, like, trying hard to be respectful. And Bulba's just an asshole. Fig is so hard to read. I wonder whether he's being honest with me. If all he wants is peace between the rebels and Master Bonku, then we can work together. Something must change, but violence is not the answer. For now, I must keep my promise as Fig has kept his. After I visit the plant and see what Fig has to show me, I should sit down with Master Bonku and Fig to resolve this mess. Aight. Little Miss Optimism. Not gonna distill you. We've already demonstrated. We've already demonstrated that it won't let you accidentally distill them.
Take my hand.
Oh, right. I've got power to my wings now.
Come this way, Anne.
I know what the fuck I'm doing, bruh.
This place.
Have you been here before?
No, I've never been all the way out here. I should call Master Banku, just to let him know I'm alright.
That's not a good idea, Anne.
I usually report back several times a day. He must be worried.
Why don't you call him after I've shown you the plant? Come on, there's an old service track outside we can use.
Alright, I don't want to call Master Baku. I think he's abusive, and I think that there's probably like some LoJack on these mirrors, and you do not contact the dictator when you just left the hideout of the people who are fighting the dictator. Like, I should report back to Master Banku, but what am I going to tell him? Ugh. I don't know. I feel like there's no way to stop this from happening. I don't like that. I wish I had been given a choice to call him or not.
Anne, are you alright?
I'm sorry I didn't...
What mirror are you calling from? The old checkpoint 7. What are you doing out there?
I know, Master. I'm sorry. You wouldn't believe what happened to me.
Chief Inspector Magnum told me you are hunting this Fig character.
I followed him into the sewers.
The sewers? I want you home immediately, Anne. Struck just delivered the last segment of the ether bridge. I need only to install it. The rebels cannot interfere anymore. Forget Fig.
I'm so close to Fig now. I've almost caught him. I just need a little more time. He's the leader of the rebels, Master.
What are you hiding, Anne?
I'm not hiding anything, Master. I know Fig is nearby.
I want you home right now, young lady.
What's at the plant?
What?
What's at the plant?
You know about the plant. It's our main generator, and a facility housing criminal Forgottlings.
I need to see it.
Come home, Anne. Let's talk about it.
I'll come home, Master.
I'll explain everything when you get here.
Goodbye, Master Banku.
Wait. Be careful if you meet Fig. You cannot trust him. Oh, and Anne.
Yes, Master?
Remember,
Master Banku? Hello?
The anima flow was cut. Where's Fig? Alright, if I was Fig, I'd have cut that too. Cause that was like textbook abuser tactics. Like, first he shows concern and tries to get her to do what he wants without force. And then when she pushes back, he gets angry and tries to make her feel like she's in the wrong. And then when she agrees to do what he wants, he's immediately, you know, kind and loving again. And he also tries to make her mistrust other people, and that serves to isolate her and make him the only person in her life who's a trustworthy figure. These are textbook abuse. Like, 100% do not like him. So Fig's got the right idea. He's trying to subtly, like, get her out of an abusive relationship, basically.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get this service car running.
I called Master Banku, but a sudden anima outage cut the transmission. Do you know anything about that?
What's that supposed to mean?
All I wanted was to make sure he didn't worry.
I was just making sure we could use the service car.
You're right. I'm sorry. I don't want to argue. A lot has happened today.
I know. I'm sorry to drag you through all of this.
We stand a man with emotional intelligence. Alright, do we ask him? I think I want to ask him.
Fig, did you cut the anima flow on purpose?
Well, I tried to get the car working. I suspected that it could potentially disrupt the anima flow.
Banku knows I'm alright now. Let's just get going.
Alright, well, he answered. For some reason, Fig doesn't want me to talk to Master Banku, and Master Banku doesn't want me to engage with Fig. I wish someone would start telling me what's going on. Fig won't tell me what he's about to show me, and Master Banku didn't want me going to the plant at all. Why? We'll have to sneak into the plant because Fig is a wanted criminal, and if I was seen with him, it would raise all sorts of questions. First of all, excellent change of subject. Like, you just stopped following the train of thought about why they're at odds. But I like the sketch, and it does show that like she has to choose between them, and that they're kind of opposing figures in her life, both trying to get her on their side. And I think that that's a narrative.
So, what do you do for fun?
About
What?
leaving
You know,
abusive relationships
you're not out
too.
enforcing?
Why are you asking me that?
I just want to get to know you better.
I train at the watchtower. You know, jumping, climbing, using the arca.
Staying in shape is good. I'm partial to fencing myself. I'm not very good at it. I once accidentally stabbed my teacher. To be fair, she was a dummy.
So are you.
Touche. So what else do you do?
I collect things.
What kind of things?
Things that catch my eye. Things that feel nice when I hold them.
See? We already know each other a little better.
I have to admit, you're not all bad.
Why, thank you, great Madame Enforcer.
So, Fig, what's with the wig?
The what? It's not a...
It's a wig. I know you lost one at Central Station, and you replaced that.
So, you found one of my many dark secrets. Yes, I wear a wig. That doesn't make me a bad Forgotling.
Not at all.
In fact, it provides me with a certain charisma.
Oh, I agree.
About the interruption of your call to Bunku.
Let's not talk about that. Actually, I'm sort of looking forward to seeing the plant. I've never had a chance before. Something important always came up.
Of
We're
course
almost
it
at
did.
the plant.
So first of all, the wig thing is hilarious. Second of all, I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's it and what's it's galore. Literally just the first
Fig?
thing I thought of.
Yeah?
You remember the ether, don't you?
Well, the whole ether business is a little different when you're a Forgotling.
You mean it's different for me because was human?
In the ether, Forgotling has a single purpose. The form we're given. I was a posing doll. A simple job. In the ether, that's all I could be. Down here, I can be who I want to be.
But all Forgotlings here long to return to the ether.
If you don't realize you can be anything but a teapot, you'll never try to be anything but a teapot.
Once I reach the ether, I'll know who I want to be.
When I first arrived here, I had no clue who I was or my purpose. Actually, for a long time I was on Bunku's side.
You're serious?
Returning to the ether may not magically make you realize who you can be.
There isn't a cure-all for adulthood and identity, unfortunately.
We'll use this entrance, Anne.
Oh, no. That is not how I want to do that. Ugh.
We don't have to sneak in. I'm the enforcer.
And to them, I'm the rebel leader.
Good point. We'll take your way.